Coyote breeding season. We're getting back into that time of the year. Coyotes are becoming a bigger and bigger problem, and a lot of animals are becoming a bigger and bigger problem because they're coming down out of the mountains. They have less and less food up there, and this is why you need to be ready. If you walk out, especially if you live out kind of in the wilderness, kind of out in the woods and things along those lines, you need to be ready to walk out your front door and be seeing coyotes and be seeing all kinds of other animals that are coming out to go get their food and things along these lines. But I'm here to tell you guys this because people aren't thinking about this. And yes, there was people getting attacked by bears and things along those lines. But you also have to be smart about this. If you're out there camping, don't be camping in an area, and if you see a bear, leave the area. Because they are creatures of habit, like most animals and like a lot of people. They go and they do the same things every day. They make the same pattern every day. And that is something a lot of people don't understand. And like out here in this part of the country that I live in, there's a lot of black bears out in this part of the country. You're not going to run into a grizzly most likely, but get out in other areas, you may see that. There's all kinds of wild animals out there that you just need to be leery of. And coyotes and stuff, they're getting to where they're coming down and they're getting closer and closer because it's been happening out in California. Unlike what most people don't know about California too is the fact that they do have countryside out there, and there's a lot of things out in California that it's not all big cities and suburbs and big high rises and things like that. A lot of people think they have a lot of nature and things like that out there, but they have animals coming in, coyotes trying to drag off people's house cats and little dogs and stuff that are outside. And that's something to keep in mind. Even if you live in kind of a subdivision or you live out there in these bigger cities and stuff, though, these animals can still come out and still be on your front doorstep. And you just got to be aware that they could be there at some point. So make sure that you're taking measures. If you live out here, get yourself some coyote traps. Go and make sure that you are trying to keep them as thin as you possibly can, because if you've ever seen this, it's not fun watching a newborn calf get drug off by coyotes or any of your house pets getting drug off by coyotes. We don't really have that problem here because we take care of that problem and our neighbors take care of that problem. We all work together to take care of it. And if you're in an area to where there's a lot of things like that, I know my neighbor's over here on this side. He's got a bunch of them dogs that are really good guard dogs. They're over there, and they'll chase it. They chased a black bear off of his property over there back one day. But around here, coyotes are the biggest problem. But I've been seeing a lot of other things. There's been a lot of possums out here lately. There's been a lot of skunks and things along those lines, and things that carry rabies. Because, like what they say about possums as well, is the fact that the possums, they can't get rabies, or no, all that stuff has like rabies, guys. Skunks have rabies and stuff. Everybody's worried about getting sprayed by a skunk. That's not the worst thing. The fact of the matter is that they carry a lot of diseases and rabies as well, just like a lot of other things out there. So just be aware of this, though, guys. Also been seeing a lot of snakes this season. For some reason, there seems to be a lot more squirrels out on the road this season. A lot of stuff's out scavenging for food because they can no longer get their food where they used to get them. And when you talk carnivore predators, such as coyotes and such as bears and things like that, they're not going to go hungry. They're just like you and me. They're going to go out and find food. Only their food, you are their food, or your animals are their food. So make sure that you're being aware of this. Make sure that you're being alert, and make sure that you live out on a farm or something, that you're armed, you're staying vigilant, and if you have to, go out and start trapping them. You buy traps at Bass Pro and stuff, though, and that's what my next video is going to be about. Come tomorrow, guys. I'm going to make a video tomorrow to show you guys traps and kind of talk about that a little bit, and baits and how to avoid certain things. A lot of people are worried about trapping their own animals or trapping deer and things along that line, and that is always a risk, but there's some ways to avoid that, and that's what I'm going to go over. And I just want to make this video tonight, guys. Try to make it as short as possible. The fact of the matter is that a lot of people, and I've said this before, people are not vigilantly aware of what's going on around them. They are not paying attention, and they don't know how to pay attention to anything other than staring down at their phones. And people's attention spans are so short because of TikTok and things along those lines. But you have to be alert and you have to be aware. It's not just going into town and people can be a threat around you anymore. It's the animals, they're coming out of the woodwork. I mean, we have all this stuff happening though, guys. And, you know, like a lot of people say, oh, Bigfoot and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I mean, creatures of all kinds are coming out of the woodwork. I mean, whether you believe in that or not. I mean, you should be believing in bears, though, because those are for a fact known to exist. So just make sure that you're aware and be sure that you're aware of anything. I know around here we also have mountain lions and all kinds of the cougars and things along those lines. You have to be aware and know what is in your area, because at the end of the day, if you don't know what's here and you don't know how to ID these things, we got a lot of foxes around here though too, and they just added another fox to the endangered species list. And know which animals are on the endangered species list, so you're not getting fined or thrown in prison for, you know, trying to protect yourself, but also taking out something that you shouldn't have at the end of the day. So God bless each and every one of you guys.